The world being what it is today, chances are you've had to use one of these. The humble webcam. Which, let's face it, is pretty crap. I mean, sure, you can do things like this, but maybe you want something more. Something analog. Something unique. Well, there are options. If you have a modern digital camera, you could slap a vintage lens on it, connect it to your computer and use it as your webcam. This will give you the best image quality with the least fuss and most control. Another option is to add an extra lens to your normal webcam. Phone accessory lenses are easy to use for this, but you could also adapt normal photo lenses with a bit of tinkering. This approach can give you optically interesting results and possibly nice bokeh, but as you can see here, you'll still be held back by the fundamentally rubbish sensor of the webcam. And this is where your phone comes in. See, most modern phones will produce a far better image than a webcam, and with the use of certain apps, they can be used as a webcam on a computer. Now, phone by itself is of course pretty boring, so you could use an interesting lens with it, or you could use a whole camera. What you'll want is an analog camera which has a large focusing screen. This could be a TLR, medium or large format, or even a 35mm camera which has a waist-level viewfinder. And the best part is that, since you're only really making use of the optics, the camera itself doesn't even need to be in working order. So you could get something dirt cheap at the thrift store. Now for best results, you'll want something with a fast lens. This will give you that shallow depth of field and be bright enough that your phone doesn't struggle with it. Just be mindful of the fact that some cameras have split prism focusing screens, which will end up looking like this. Then, depending on the camera design that you end up with, you'll have to find a way to secure your phone close to its viewfinder, just a bit past the phone's minimum focusing distance. You would use a magic arm, 3D print a custom cage for it, or just make something out of cardboard. The possibilities are literally endless. As a final tip, if you find that you can't mount the phone close enough to the camera's viewfinder to cover the whole frame, you can use an app which supports zooming. Droidcam has it, and I'm sure there are others as well. I hope that this has given you some ideas, and if you have any questions, I shall try to answer them in the comments below. Peace.